Welcome to Beyond the White Coat podcast, where we break down myths in health, beauty, and wellness so you can look, feel, and perform your best. We're your hosts, Sharia Mam and Megan Del Corral, here to bring you real talk beyond the medical titles. Before we dive in, quick disclaimer. The views and opinions shared in this podcast are for entertainment purposes only. This is not medical advice and does not reflect the host's roles or responsibilities at Vital Medical or Hue Aesthetics. Now let's get into it.
We're at a remote location.
We are. This is the first time, Megan.
I know. This is the first thing, besides that we've been at Hue, but otherwise Hue or my house.
This is much better.
Very
We get to
exciting.
try all the fun signature drinks tonight.
Yes, I know. We're going to be hammered by the end. Yes. Welcome to another episode of Beyond the White Coat podcast. I'm your host, Megan Del Corral. I'm here with Chacha Ma'am and your first returning guest, Michael Mercer. We're here at Michael's beautiful bar down in Covington, Kentucky called Doubt It. Welcome back, Michael.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for coming.
Here's a fun fact. You're laughing. Michael's podcast.
Body count is what?
Let's take a guess. No, Michael's podcast is the most viewed podcast.
That is true. That is
So
true. I think,
very
yeah,
popular.
almost 3,000, I think, on
Oh, we
Instagram
are
for
4,000.
sure. Oh,
I
wow.
looked at it today and I'm like, wait a second.
But 90% of them are women who want to date Michael. So
No.
that's most of the demographic.
So,
Well, congrats. Tell us about Doubt It. What made you want to open the bar and what makes it special? And while we're doing this, we're taste testing some signature drinks. He was
Why I
bored.
wanted-
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I don't know. I really didn't want to go back in the bar business, and here I am with a
It's
whole
so
brand
beautiful, though.
brand new rebuild. But really, it was just after I left the business a few years ago, I always said probably go back, but it
Yeah.
had to be small, had to own the property, no food, and it had to check at least like 2 of those boxes.
Okay.
And then this spot, I get my haircut next door. It's
Michael, do you care to just scoot up just a teeny bit because
We can hear you a little better. Yeah.
And then this location here in Mainstrasse was a area that when I first moved here back in 2005 and then back in 2010, it was an area I always hung out and partied. And
Yeah.
I just love it. I love the Mainstrasse community, the Covington community.
I love Covington. We lived here for what was supposed to be 2 years to build our house, turned into 4 because of the pandemic. So we used to walk. There's like a secret stairs there. We used to walk down here all the time. So yeah, this is a clutch location, and you did a great job with the aesthetics. So we talked about at the last time you were on about your history with owning bars and restaurants, and then you and I went into business together, and now you're really involved in the Vital ecosystem and growing health and wellness. But I had a question for you. Can you name all the bars that you've been involved with?
I can name every
Let's do
single
it. It's like your children. All right, go.
That would go all the way back from Chasers was the very first one.
Chasers, where was that? Okay. And what's the vibe at
It
Chasers?
was this college bar.
I love that.
That was when I first started bartending, like right the day I turned 21, they threw me to the Wolves.
Perfect.
And then from there, in Toledo, there was a bunch of bars. There was Malibu, Bijou, Pulse, Ball, Gators.
Gators. Like,
yeah.
were you in Florida or was it? Okay.
No, it was just a sports bar.
this is up north, all up
Yeah,
north.
that was all in Toledo, and then we have Put in Bay, and that's from Boathouse to Level 2 to Splash to Sandbar.
Okay.
What's your favorite one?
Level 2.
What made level 2 special? Why was that your favorite?
A little bit of what's going to make this place special. It's just the crew was just so tight. We opened it up, and it was honestly the first nightclub at Put in Bay.
Oh, wow.
Everything at Put in Bay at that time was all bands, no DJs.
Okay.
And everyone kind of looked at us crazy that we were doing a nightclub in band or
I love
DJs. And it turned into a massive success right off the bat for the first
Very
few years.
cool.
We just had a lot of fun, and the aura of the staff and everyone that was there just made it really spectacular.
Yeah.
But then there was everything in Vegas too, which
Yeah, I was just saying, so what are the Vegas bars? That was your first child, was up north. Okay, now we go down southwest.
then we go to Vegas for a little while. And
Travel
I opened up Aria, all the bars.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
At the time, I was working for Light Group, which at the time was the number 1 nightlife and hospitality company in the world.
Okay.
And they eventually sold to a couple of the bigger groups that are out there now. And I opened up Aria. So we opened up the nightclub, a lounge called Deuce, a lounge called Gold. The nightclub was called Haze. And then also the pool that was called Liquid.
Oh, I feel like I've been to Liquid.
And then from there, it was to Cincinnati with Mint, and then partnered with my old partners. And then from there, we had Mint Columbus, Cincinnati, Novi, DBR Columbus, Parlay, Sports Bar, Fireproof.
Gala.
here, Gala Park there, in Columbus, and then a bunch of other like bars. We all live here in Cincinnati. We have management agreements to run a place called Ivy, Rasconi's for a minute,
Vintage.
Mint turned into Jekyll, and then I've helped people open up some venues. So,
Yeah. But Doubted is yours.
Doubted is mine. We do have a partner in the building,
Sure.
in business and everything, but it's my brainchild.
Yeah.
I don't like to say be cocky on that, but
No, it's okay. You should own it.
it was my brainchild of like putting the whole concept together. I had help, obviously, from a lot of great people, from contractors to Alex Morgan from owns Chase and Cali and Reading.
Mm-hmm.
I have a big problem when I design things that I like to puke things everywhere because I find things that are just so cool and I want to buy them all. And then she put me in a box. Like she took everything. She came through, did the walkthrough, and said, I'm doing this is what I want. And I started sending her all sorts of stuff, and then she took everything I sent and put me in a box. And then from there, I had to go source everything and found out that some of my taste that I sent her was way too expensive.
Welcome to my house. Yeah. Are you kidding me?
It was like $700 a square foot. We had to pivot.
Yeah. We had that so many times. Yeah. It's so beautiful.
Let's talk about the aesthetic space. So describe the space. So for people that have never been in here before, what is the size? What does it look like? I know there's an upstairs, and I walked down through.
Yeah, Michael's planning on moving in
Can you walk
upstairs.
through the aesthetic space of what it looks like?
The 2 floors upstairs are not rehabbed yet. We'll go through that process later with the city. There's a lot of things that have to happen before we can do that. So the dream for the second floor is to turn it into a private event space with another bar and a few other private rooms, and then even a podcast room.
Michael's going to move in. He's going to put a bed up there, and then him and Lloyd are just going to live here
We'll shoot here like
all the time. Yeah.
There's a lot of things that we have to go through between like fire suppression and getting approval for another fire exit stuff. But then from the building aesthetic, we're located right here in the corner of Main Strauss, right in the village. And it's beautiful down here. So right when you walk in, you have the bar to the right, which would be east side of the property. It's a long bar. And then one thing we did really cool was we built like an entertainment stage, a DJ booth, and like that's what we're sitting at right now. So
Yeah, I love it. And on the floor, it's engraved. For those of you who can't see it, it says Doubted on the floor, which looks so cool.
Yep, and that's just friends. That's just relationships, friends, and things like that's actual like sea deck that you put on your boat. Or I have a buddy that owns a company that does all that sea decking up for like big jacked up trucks and logos and everything. So this is extra seating for happy hour and late night, but it also dubs as the DJ booth, entertainment stand, and everything like that. So then everything's just built in. And it's like hidden. It's custom. And we did the front of it. The tile on the front is like mirror glass, so it matches the disco balls hanging ceiling over the greenery. So it ties all in.
How did you find the wallpaper?
The wallpaper. I found
It's like black roses. I love.
stuff I liked, and then I worked with Nick, who owns Vivid in Mason.
Yeah.
Vivid Wraps, and then we worked on the aesthetic of it, and then I had to find things that actually were like a repeating pattern. So then I found those on Etsy. So
Etsy is the best. Like the best.
I
Yeah.
mean, the details are just unmatched. I've never seen anything so beautiful and put together.
I like the gorillas with the lights coming out of their nose.
So those were originally white, and then we painted them
Yeah.
to match a little bit better. And just cool things like Red Bull's never done this before. Red Bull took our coolers and they wrapped the coolers to match the cocktail menu cover. Three of those. So it's just things like that that match the aesthetic. All
Yeah.
And then we just went with a big sense of trying to build like a community in a small space. What I mean by that is with banquet seating, it's a lot of sitting across from each other.
Yeah.
With the front seats, you can put groups there.
Yeah.
And then groups all the way down the side, and then lower seating behind me, and then out on the back.
On the back.
We call it the porch, which is really the patio. We call it the porch because we're going to build another patio outside.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Building, yes.
Very cool.
Launch that in the spring.
Tell us about the menu and the music. I know you had a specific idea in mind of genres. Yeah.
And then, so originally this place was going to be called No Doubt. That was the whole
Oh my
concept.
God. It was like one of my favorite CDs ever in high school.
Yeah, it was going to be No Doubt, and it was going to be a 90s, 2000s
Got it.
nostalgic, like music and everything like that built around it. And but I wanted it to be very vibrant, but also with like a baseline foundation canvas that I call it, of like dark, like sleek and chic
Yeah,
colors.
I like
That's
that,
where
yeah.
tile and stuff comes in, and the real mute and like I guess sexy ones.
Yeah.
Sexy colors, and then pops of neon everywhere. that was popular back then, and then it's all based around the music concept.
Yeah, so I have here a teenage dirtbag. So all of your cocktails are named after songs, right, from the 90s. What do you have?
Living La Vida Loca.
Oh my God, Ricky Martin. God, I know, it's so good.
Yeah, so they're not all songs. Some based around movies like Tommy Boy Marg.
Let's go over some of the fun drinks
then,
that you have in here.
The one that's like a big crowd pleaser right now is the "You Can't Sip with Us," which is a play off Mean Girls. Or you can't sip with us.
Oh, I forgot about that. Oh my God, I was like, what's that in reference to? Okay.
So that's actually made with a spiced rum called Bamboo, which is a rum that Lil Wayne helps brew. So
Okay.
he ties in there with the 90s, early 2000s theme. And then everything from like Sex in the Cove, which is a play on a Cosmo, and a play on Sex in the City. Apple Bottom is a Nelly song.
Oh yeah, for sure, obviously. And that's it.
Oops. And again, it's obviously Britney Spears. And then Grimace is our purple cocktail in lavender.
Okay.
And that's Grimace from McDonald's.
Grimace from McDonald's.
Football character.
Got it. Yeah, I was gonna say I wouldn't have gotten that one. Okay.
I about shit myself during bartender training because when we called the Tommy, it's actually a Tommy Margarita. It's a skinny margarita, so we called it Tommy Boy after the movie. And every girl that works here that's under the age of 25 or 26 have never seen the movie Tommy Boy.
Of course, because you have young bucks. They don't even know half of the references. And then for those of you again who are just listening, on the behind the bar are TVs, and unless there's a sports game going on, you're playing movies from that area too. Yeah. So right now I'm looking at American Pie, which I mean, who does not love that movie?
Yeah.
So Michael, when you were putting this together and you're envisioning what type of audience that you wanted to come in here, so I want to talk about the audience.
Besides us, obviously.
We're his number one fan.
I know, right?
So, and all of our podcast listeners have.
Yes.
What type of audience did you expect to come in here, and what did you want to attract, and how do you want them to feel when they come in here?
All loaded questions.
She's like, just pick one.
There's a lot of hours in the day, and there's a lot of days in the week. So the target demographic and audience is obviously, I wanted to do something for the community that was complementary to the area. Like, we're not a bourbon bar. There's two badass bourbon bars in Main Street. One right on the corner, the pizza place, Goodfellas. We have bourbon. We have the bourbons that people like and call for, but we're not a bourbon bar. We're not a alcohol bar. We're not a Mexican bar or tequila bar. We're a bar that complements the area because there wasn't something else like this that was focused.
No, it's really like a really beautiful upscale cocktail bar, which we don't have in Covington. Like you said, there's a bourbon bar, there's breweries, right? There's a wine bar, we have Ripple, but there's not a great cocktail bar.
You have across the street, you have Junipers, which is a gin cocktail bar.
Yeah, but not like this. It's not as cool. It's not.
Different aesthetic. It's more prohibition-y, I feel like, but they have really good stuff too. And everyone down here does really good at what they do and what they've been here for forever, you know, whether it's restaurant.
But none of them have as beautiful of bathrooms as you do. When you come here, you need to take a pee because...
Talking about bathroom and talking about how beautiful everything is. If we wanted the best Instagram kind of spots, or we wanted big...
Oh, you should come here for your next photo shoot, yeah.
Where would I go? Where would I go?
You're going straight to the bathroom and like the bathroom hallway, essentially.
Yeah, yeah.
Unisex. You have the mirrors on both sides.
Yeah.
The neon in there. And then it looks like you're in a tunnel. You get the photo the right way because of the way the bathrooms are. And then the other hot spots this weekend were like right here in front of this mirror.
Yeah, all the young girls probably taking pictures. Yeah.
I've been trolling social media just to see what everybody's doing.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of like holding your drink up without a sign and
yes.
that kind of stuff. But there's something
so beautiful.
Like, the concept, I wanted it to bridge generations. I'm going to be 45 in November. I grew up on this kind of music and this kind of like life. And like when I was in high school and coming out of high school and becoming a man, it was like all the fun stuff.
Yeah.
And it bridges the generations now. Some of the younger, early mid-20s, they're listening to this music. There's a lot of remixes to this music.
It's true.
There's a lot of music
Things being
icons.
recycled, yeah.
A lot of the new music icons are from this genre. Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, Justin Timberlake, Blink-182.
Oh my God, they're coming back, yeah.
I saw that last night, and it was like it sold out.
I'm obsessed with Travis Barker. I want to do one of his Run Travis Run 5Ks. David doesn't know it yet. I'm like, I may or may not have signed up for one already in Chicago.
And there were there was 5-year-olds like in front of the merch line. It was the dad brought his daughter. She was 5, and it was her first concert. And then there were 60-year-olds. Like it bridges the gap everywhere.
So, true story. My first concert, my father, who's from South America, took me to a Britney Spears concert when I was 16. As my no, my quinceanera was the year before. Yeah, so it must have been my like sweet 16 birthday gift or whatever. And my dad was like, "BTF is this?"
This living La Vida Loca drink is now hitting me, and it's incredible.
Isn't it? Everything here is incredible. We took Ubers. Yeah, we took Ubers. We're responsible drinkers.
Yeah, the name it was originally going to be No Doubt because it was going to tie in.
Yeah, Gwen
concept.
Stefani. My God.
We're doing a merch line, like shirts.
Oh yeah, I need some merch. Yeah, yeah. We'll rep. Yeah.
And I want to do a merch drop every month, and I want to get the people on the pulse list involved. So that
I want a bikini. Can I get a Doubt-It bikini?
Oh my God.
Yeah, that'd be so fun.
And then if I
Get some trashy pictures.
And that name, I would have got hit on trademarks.
Oh, that's a good call.
And the Doubt-It name just kind of built its own like meaning behind it. And it has meaning too. I always said I'm never gonna open a bar again.
Doubt-It.
Doubt it. And it sparks curiosity.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, you don't know. Like I've seen people show me their Instagram in the last, like over the weekend, like they were posting about it, and then people were responding like, "Oh my God, where is that? Like, where are you?" And then people were like, "Doubt it." No, seriously, fucking tell me where you're at.
Tell me.
I love it.
Tell me, you don't have to go in details, but how much were you over your budget?
200,000.
Sounds like building a house.
Wow.
Yeah, you start with something, and it's not like 200K right at once, right? It's like
No.
$2,000 here, $5,000 here, 1,500 here, but then it adds up. And I don't know like how it works with bars, but when you're building and you have like a mortgage, right, or a loan, essentially, it's for a certain amount. So everything you go over, you're just doling out checks like you're like Warren Buffett over here. And I was like, yo, who has that kind of money all the time in the bank?
I can't even focus on you because the music playing in the background is going off in my head, and I literally want to jump up and
I
start
know,
dancing.
right? He's playing Salt and Pepper, just by the way.
I do. So let's talk about music and how important the music is. You plan on having anything special in terms of like having some live bands, DJs?
So we had a DJ all weekend.
Was it Matt Delman? No,
but Matt could come down and play. Matt's the one that installed the sound here.
I know we were so for those of you who know, Matt works with Vital Medical too, helps with our IT stuff. And I was on a FaceTime meeting with him, and I was like, "Where are you going?" He goes, "I'm driving to Doubt-It because I'm a good friend." And I did say, I was like, "Oh, how long are you going to be there? Like, maybe I'll come by." And he's like, "I'm only going to stay for an hour." And I'm like, "Oh, you really are a good friend." He goes, "Yeah, but I have to tell you, Michael actually told me thank you for doing that." And I was like, "Oh my God, did you get it in writing? Like, save that forever." Anyway, so Matt Delman did not DJ. You had a DJ though this weekend.
No, yeah, his name is Jagger. He's a younger kid.
Okay.
He's put in a lot of work. He reached out a few months before we opened up, and his energy was really good. He was young. He wanted some direction, and like he crushed it all weekend. Like he really did.
So what do you look for? Because there are going to be people here looking for jobs. What do you look for in a good DJ?
Are you hiring?
Not for entertainment right now.
Yeah.
We are going to start doing some live music, like acoustic music, and then from DJs, I have
A list. Yeah, I say Michael knows it. I've heard too from your old DJs, I won't name names, that like you're strict about the music. Michael expects a lot out of his DJ.
Well, he was out in Vegas.
Yeah. They've told me stories where Michael gets pretty mad if you're not playing good music.
This was really easy.
Really?
Yeah, it wasn't challenging. Like, it was more of like a college, more or less, because you learned certain SOPs and how to do certain things. There was someone in every single department to do everything because the budgets were so big that you didn't have to hustle. Like, you really didn't. Like, it was really fucking easy, to be honest with you. You have built-in crowd every single day there that travel there. You have the best-looking people in the world that are going there and working there. And you have professional hospitality workers because they're making $18 to $20 an hour at that time, plus all their tips, plus their union, so you get the best of the best that take it seriously. It was really just glorified babysitting at that time, but you learned a lot that I was able to take other places.
And will you play the music at certain times, like the EDM? So when we were in Mykonos, that's what Dave and I kept calling, like, he would say, "I'm so over the because like by like the fourth day at Mykonos, I was like, we need a break."
That's early 2000s when house music and techno started going a little bit more mainstream and not so underground. So there's a lot of songs
Old
on our
David
playlist.
Guetta, yeah.
A lot of that stuff that is on there, and then at night it transitions a little bit. But everything stays in that 90s, 2000s
Genre.
But that's a big genre that can go from 1890 all the way to basically 10, 12, 13. It's not just the
Yeah.
It blends a little bit, and then it blends from Montel Jordan that's on now to Blink 182 to Creed.
I love Blink 182. I really like them.
All the way across the board.
So I sometimes reach out to Mike for business advice, and I'm looking around and I'm seeing how beautifully branded this place is. Somebody comes to you and says, "Hey, we would love a Doubt It in Cleveland, in Columbus."
No, he's not allowed to do that, Charia. We have too much to do at my business.
I'm thinking franchise already.
That's part of the growth plan.
Yeah.
Charia, we're trying to run a practice over here. Okay, fine.
Always looking at the bigger picture.
Yeah.
That's
I
part
need
of
him to stay focused, though.
that's part of the growth plan.
Yeah.
Because you're small, and the more that you can do, you can drop this.
No, it's
you can
really
honestly
beautiful.
Drop this in a casino, and it would work.
Oh, yeah, this would, yeah.
Like this, it'll work. You can drop this concept in a downtown environment, and it'll work.
Also, you missed your calling as a home designer. Like, right? This is so beautiful. All I could think about was, Scott, I wish you would help me with my house.
Actually, I was thinking.
You don't like your big old fish hanging in your living room?
I do. We can't even go into it. We can have like a 3-hour conversation on the home designing.
Gucci elevators or Louis Vuitton elevators, and then a big sailfish hanging in the living room.
But nothing else, because I don't want anything else on the walls. Yeah, it's a story for another day. I also have clinically diagnosed OCD, so I can only handle so much. Anyways, moving on.
Okay, so let's talk about what really matters is, or part of what matters that will continue to feed into the business is economy and the challenges that you're facing, or are you facing? Are you worried? What process did you go through in terms of putting together like pricing for the drinks? Do you feel it's fair? And just kind of address how you plan to get through kind of a harder time in the economy.
I think right now people have learned how to live within their means and where they're at, and salaries are going up kind of across the board. This area across the river from Cincinnati right now is booming, and I do believe it's because things are cheaper than they are on the Cincinnati side.
Yeah, absolutely.
Apartments are cheaper, housing's cheaper, and then also drinks and food are cheaper. So here, I couldn't charge the prices that you're paying in downtown cities, but it's still a business, and you have to be profitable, and you have to be mindful always of what's around you as well, and not outprice yourself. Everything here is priced appropriately and at the right margins where it needs to be. Where I'm not feeling that struggle here, and the bartenders for the first weekend didn't see or feel the struggle. Like tips averaged in the 28-30% range, which is high opening weekend, so it could be, it could be inflated. But the struggle on the economy and the cost was the construction, because all the materials are double, triple the price. Like liquor and stuff, they have really good deals. You buy things in cases, lower your bottle costs.
Oh, that's good to know.
Anywhere from $6 to $10 a bottle, but that also caused a problem at the beginning, because instead of just ordering maybe 8 bottles of something to stock, I ordered like 3 cases of something, because it brought the bottle cost down $10. So we're sitting on a shit ton of product that we typically would have. So it's a big time early investment, but if not, then we would have had to probably price the drinks another $2 more.
Sure.
Out. So we're priced appropriately.
I feel like the pricing is incredible.
No, I think everything is, but it's worth it. Like when you read the cocktails, I mean, they're so well thought out. The ingredients are good. And you can tell Michael's spent a lot of time thinking about which bourbon I'm going to use, which tequila. Like everything has a purpose, which I would expect nothing less.
There's a lot of cool things. I mean, you can get a specialty cocktail from $10 to $14. And then the beers are $4 to $6. And then the wine, a 6-ounce pour.
Oh my God. Your bartender recommended this sparkling rosé. It is amazing, and I'm a connoisseur of everything sparkling, right? It's like
a lot of cool
so
stuff.
good.
One of the things that was a hit over the weekend was the Call the Shots page in the menu. It's all 90s and 2000s, like shots from back in the day.
Sharia, tell us some of them.
We only charge $5 each.
See if I can
that's
read
the deal of the
this,
century.
because I'm kind of tipsy. Let's say kamikaze, lemon drop. The Washington apple is everybody's favorite.
Oh my God, I remember that when I was in college.
Purple Hooter, Jolly Rancher.
Oh my God, Jolly Ranchers, I remember those from college. Oh my God, no. I have
Should we
to
get a buttery nipple?
I have to work tomorrow. It's fine.
I've got one for us, the blowjob.
Okay, don't even. We can't have this conversation on air because it'll get out of control.
No.
We don't see eye to eye. You haven't been married for a million years like me on blowjobs, okay? That's the dating era.
Oh, they have the redheaded slut, which
Oh, I
seems
remember
to be
those, yeah.
everybody's favorite. Surfer on acid, sex with an alligator, three wise men. Oh shit, they have liquid cocaine. I love that.
I would love that.
The biggest hit all weekend.
Really?
Because most people
Okay, we have to
never had it, and then the people that did have it, like, it's like, oh my god, that was my shit back in the day, and they were ordering them like crazy.
It just reminds me of, I just watched this weekend, Charlie Sheen has he was on Rogan, and then he has a docu-series on Netflix. And I mean, I did not realize how hard Charlie Sheen partied. Like, he partied his face off, and that's reminded me of like those shots, yeah, the cocaine stuff, yeah. I mean, crazy. He partied hard. I've never seen someone do so much, but
He was local or he came to Cincinnati a lot.
Yeah.
He used to party a lot.
Oh, who do you want to see? Celebrity, any celebrity you want to see in here? Tell us. The Rock.
She said celebrity. I don't know. Last night at that concert, I thought it was gonna be cool.
Oh my god, Travis Barker. Yeah.
Yes, Travis.
I'll host
Come in.
a Run Travis run in Cincinnati just so we can meet him.
That would,
How much money that would cost me?
I don't know, celebrities or whatever.
If The Rock comes in here, please call me. It doesn't matter what time. I'll make it here.
Okay. I'll send them over to you.
Yeah, exactly.
So, Mike, you're known as a very successful entrepreneur, and this place looks so incredible.
Amazing.
What would you define as success? Like, what would it have to look like for you to be like, okay, this is success?
Oh, this is a great question for Michael, because I'm always after him about like being happy and satisfied. And I'm always like his mom. I'm like, I'm so proud of you, but I am really proud of him.
I would say sustainability. The fear is does it turn too gimmicky? So that was the challenge of trying to build it and design it so it didn't feel gimmicky and be able to be here for a long time. And then, like you said, franchise out, start doing more and more of them. Sustainability is like the number one key metric I would look at. Do everything else, you're going to be profitable. The place is designed to be profitable. I'm not worried about that. That's obviously why you're in business. The other stuff that stand out to me is being a strong community partner, where everybody in the area like talks highly of the place, and so far so good. I reached out in some Facebook pages for the weekend. It's been positivity across the board. I'm sure there's people that can't stand us or don't want to see us here.
Yeah,
that happens with anything and everything. So
They can give me a call. I have a piece in my mind.
it's just like overwhelming support. And then outside of just the business inside these four walls, we have a very young staff that I went and hired because I wanted to kind of train them the way we wanted. And then
are you still hiring?
We still have some positions.
What are you hiring for?
Door staff and barbacks.
Like security? Okay.
And the other thing that
If you're big and jacked, let us know.
I'd like to see is like instituted a lot of tactics. So I'm loving that the staff here is like bought into the core values. They bought into the culture that I set out. And so much so that like money was a little tight getting this place open, and we were delayed at least a month. And we were training bartenders, and I was honest with them, like, "Hey, I can pay you now. I got the money, but if you want to help get things along, and if you want to wait until we get open," and every single person waited. That's like unheard
They call it a stage, right? I think in restaurants, right? Yeah, like it's a training period. In medicine, we call it orientation. Or just think of, Troy, when we were in graduate school, clinicals, it's just free hours of.
Well, it's not free. I paid them all this week.
No,
But
that's
From a
good.
small business perspective, it's like I just can't pay you right now.
Yeah.
Sorry. Like I'll do your toxin for free.
but I would like to see everyone that works here
Be
and
successful.
move on to something else. They left here a better person, and they're successful where they go.
That's good.
There's been a lot of positivity here from the staff who's here, and I'm very grateful for them. Like a lot of them have like come to me like, "Hey, I want to be a key turner. I want to learn how to manage. I want to learn how to.
I want to be you.
do this."
Yeah.
So that's awesome. So that's key measurable of success. And if I can lead them in any which way, whether it's business, faith, whatever, help them through whatever, that's kind of the other reason I wanted to do this. It wasn't just to make money. Obviously, money provides you an opportunity to do
Well, it allows you to do those things. Yeah, you have to be able to pay
But I
them.
want to see the people that are here like
Kill it.
elsewhere.
Yeah.
Could you have done this 15 years ago? This vision? No.
It would have been something different.
Yeah.
I mean, you could have did it, but
Yeah.
it would have been done differently.
What did you learn about yourself through this process? What surprised you about what? And maybe there's nothing, but what do you think?
I almost took on too much. I almost
What?
got to this point. Almost.
Not you, Mike Mercer.
Almost.
I never.
3-week sprint where I felt like the pressure.
Well, you had the VOA on top of, yeah.
My balls off for nationals. I had a bike break a week before nationals. I was breaking in, so I had to put in an extra 6 hours on another call. Go to nationals. I was flat at nationals. I did it right good. Just the off, really go straight into the way. Getting this place open, plus the medical clinic, plus vital coaching, plus everything else, plus my relationship, plus life, and then still trying to eat healthy and work out. Like
Lloyd
almost
also.
No, I have a good dog sitter.
Yeah.
So Lloyd was the lead sitter.
Lloyd is the cutest, though. I got to meet him the other day.
To the point where I was like, fuck, it's too much. But I didn't break. Now we're good.
Now we're on the other side of it.
We're
Yeah.
on the other side, and we're here, and it's beautiful. So congratulations.
Congratulations.
Please come out here.
Yeah. Support Michael. Yeah.
Talk about your social. Where can we follow
Pimp yourself
you?
out.
Your address.
Number, social security.
How do they rent the space? Who do we need to talk to?
Yeah, we are. We're booking a lot of class reunions from the 90s right now.
Oh, that's great.
Oh my God, that's perfect.
I was also thinking, I was like, I really want to have a cocktail making class here. We'll talk off air.
I'm definitely bringing leadership of Northern Kentucky.
Yeah, we both, before we started recording, like, hey, Michael, can we have events here? Yeah.
So we're booking parties already. That second floor will eventually be private event space, but we have the opportunity here between the porch.
I love it here. It's so beautiful.
Half buyouts, happy hour parties, corporate parties. And then you can just find us on the website, doubtitbar.com.
Doubtitbar.com.
Instagram and Facebook, it's just Doubt It.
At Doubt It.
What is the address here, please?
24 West 6th Street, Covington.
24 West 6th Street, Covington. Come check it out. Support Michael. Michael, we're going to kick you off and we're going to keep talking for a minute. But thank you for being on.
Congratulations again.
Yeah, congrats. I'm so proud of you. It's so beautiful. Anything we can do to promote it. We're going to have every event here now. So
yes, we are. And we're going to do a review of all the drinks. So
oh my God. We're going to be slosh in a second here. All right, let's.
Megan, I haven't seen you in forever.
I saw you like a week ago, but yeah. How are you feeling? Here,
Oh
wait.
my God.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Sorry if David's really loud to our listeners in the background.
Can you tell everybody that David is here? We should pull him on. He looks so handsome. Where's he coming from?
He's at the hospital. So he was just in Abu Dhabi and he was there for a week. So Cincinnati Children's Hospital is co-branding with, it's called SKMC Hospital in Abu Dhabi. I don't remember what those letters stand for. So he and his team were there for a week, working with the surgical team there, seeing what they need from an operations standpoint, because the goal of this collaboration is to set up better cardiovascular surgery and neurosurgery. Mm-hmm. And the two surgeons from Abu Dhabi flew over today doing the same thing, shadowing Cincinnati Children's. So he, had a professional meeting. So he also took an Uber from the hospital here. And I was like, well, I'll take you to work in the morning. It'll be fine. So yeah, he's all dressed up.
Yes. Okay. So, I think the last time we talked, it was before I went to the Aesthetic Next conference.
Yeah, let's talk about it. And then we have to talk about my face.
Okay. By the way, you look so beautiful.
I only look beautiful because of you, and I want to talk about everything.
Oh my goodness. So do you know how many people take a screenshot of your face and bring it in and say, whatever you're doing for her, please do for me?
So again, but we should have some good before and afters because this is all this. No, honestly, people ask me, so when I was in Chicago.
Had 3 referrals from you just this week alone.
You should have all the referrals. I was at a big conference in Chicago giving, I want to hear about yours too, but giving a talk. And someone asked, like, what's your skincare, all this stuff. So finally I sat down, I wrote it all out and everybody screenshotted it. They're like, and I was like, I don't know brands or specifics. Cause I was like, to be honest, I don't even ask you. I don't know what kind of chalks you use. I don't know what kind of filler you use, but I was like, this is the routine. And I started with the foundation. I was like, these are the products, the Zeo Skin products I use. And then, it's a dermaplane hydrofacial every 4 weeks. And then it just kind of went down from there, like tox every 3 months, lip filler should be every 6. I definitely like it more often.
I had to say no to her.
Oh my God, I was like begging. I was begging her. I was like, please give me more.
And I said no.
I know.
Yes.
Sculptra, which is, I will say that was one thing a lot of people had questions about. So a lot of people said, oh, I thought Sculptra was like a one and done. And I was like, no, I've had it done, I would say about every 3 months, like kind of quarterly. Mm-hmm. And I feel like it's like an unsung hero. Because so when you get tox, like your forehead moves and then it doesn't, right? Or you get lip filler, your lips are flat and now they're plump. Sculptra is like a long-term
It's a 401.
It's a 401k.
It's a 401k.
But it is the biggest 401k. Like, it is the best return on investment. I always think, like, my cheeks, that, like, hyperhydration, the glowing of my skin, like, everything being tighter. I'm like, oh, that's all Sculptra, right?
So here's the thing with Sculptra. I get that people want to see immediate results. Like when I'm spending a massive amount of money and investment in the things that I want to see what I'm paying for, and I get it. Sculpture is one of those things where you have to trust the process.
For sure.
We're not telling you to trust the process because we're just providers and want you to trust the process. There's over 20 plus years of clinical research.
100%.
This was created for patients who had AIDS, who were emaciated.
Right.
And they did 20 years of research, and it is very effective.
Oh my
It
God, it's
helps
amazing.
to stimulate collagen.
Right. Which is what we all lose as we age.
Well, we start to lose collagen in our 20s.
Oh my gosh.
And what people don't understand is when you lose collagen, the collagen doesn't disappear. It breaks down into disorganized fragments that create chaos in your extracellular matrix.
Yeah.
And why that's the problem is because the fibroblasts are already lazy. They're already pissed. They don't want to work as you age.
Yeah. They just become less and less efficient.
But they create enzymes that eat more good collagen.
Oh my God.
So you have
it's like a little Pac-Man.
Yes. So you have to create new collagen, but you have to get those fibroblasts to work. If you don't get the fibroblasts to work, they literally will not work.
Yeah.
And you don't want that problem because when they're done working, they're not going to wake up.
No, of course
not.
not.
So Sculptra, we know, creates 66.5% more collagen.
Oh my God.
And why do we love collagen? Hello, that's what is found in youthful skin.
Oh, it's the best. It's the best.
And when you asked me, like, hey, like I'm getting Sculptra pretty regularly,
which I'm fine with. I wasn't asking because I was questioning. It's just people ask me, like, oh, I thought that was the one and done. And I was like, no. And I think about it like you're building a house, and it's like foundation. You got to pour the concrete, right? And so in my head, I'm like, Sculptra's building me up, and so that takes time. It's not a one and done.
Well, and here's the thing: is we're learning more incredible things about Sculptra, right? So we know now that Sculptra works in 3 different layers. We know it works in the hypodermis, the dermis, the hyperdermis. And in those layers, they do different things. We want to stimulate, a little bit of adipocytes. We want to stimulate a little periosteum. We want to stimulate those fibroblasts.
Right.
If I'm doing 1 to 2 vials, where do I want to put that? And for you, I have worked on every single layer of your skin. I have created
a very compliant patient, not a very tolerant patient, but I'm very compliant. I did so well last week.
I have got Pronox, and you're an angel now. You're much
y'all.
better. Yes.
Y'all. I mean, I sat in her chair for almost 5 hours, and I was like, okay, just keep it together, because I am not a good patient. I'm going to be honest with the audience. I'm not complain. I cry. I scream. I'm like, that hurts. Big baby. And I was like thinking of like all the pictures and images you see on Instagram when people are getting these things done, and they look like a dead fish. And I'm like, dead fish mode. You can do this.
Let me ask you a question, Megan, and let's just go back to when we first met, because you looked great. I thought you were a snot, but let's just go back to just how
totally beside the point.
But you were seeing people, and you were getting treated, and you looked great. So
but never like this.
Well, talk to me about what things did we put together for you that you were like, this is what I was missing.
I'll be honest, I don't know that I'm going to answer as best I can.
Absolutely.
But Charia and I work in 2 very different fields, although they're similar in like the structure, and that I try to be a good patient, that I stay in my lane. Mm-hmm. I'm like, hey, this is bothering me, or I'd like to see a change in this. And however you get there, and I stay out of your way. Or when I'm sitting there and you're like, hey, I know we were going to do this, but I actually think something else would be better. I'm always like, okay, like, I trust you. You're the professional. This is what you do. So the things that I think have been different, I mean, from a product standpoint, again, I've never had Sculptra. So I've never had someone address like the collagen and the elasticity. And with the precision that you're able to do with, getting into my cheeks and my jawline. I've also never had someone inject my nose with tox, clearly, because that shit hurts. I can just come back another day.
It doesn't. She's being dramatic, you guys.
It does. She's lying to you. It really hurts. I think also, we did IPL. We started with Reds. And I remember actually a couple years ago someone else saying to me that I should do IPL, like again, because I have really red cheeks and I have hyperpigmentation. But again, as like your friend and as a patient, I don't question. I'm like, okay, just go for it. Like whatever. I'm here for it all. So I think that
Were you surprised to see the results that you got that
it was
quickly?
amazing. I sent her a video. I was like, so I go, of course, you know what I'm going to ask. When can I do it again?
Yeah.
Like every addicted patient. No, I think what's changed for me is like the precision and what I want to enforce upon the audience and everyone we talk to when it comes to aesthetics and whether you want to look very natural, which, you know, I would argue I still look natural and all your patients look natural. It's always about maintenance. Like there is no quick fix, one size fits all. I talk about that with my patients with hormones. I'm like, hey, we're in this for the long haul. We have to start low and go slow. And it's the same thing with aesthetics where I'm just like, okay, I'm going to come back every few months and you're going to tell me exactly what I need to do and what needs to be done.
So with IPL, because I think a lot of people
And that's a laser.
That is a laser.
Yeah.
It's actually, yes, it's a laser. It's intense pulse light therapy. And essentially, what we know is your skin has different layers, and in those layers live different things that's responsible for good things, but also responsible for bad things. And if we set the setting, which is the light, the width band, and the pulse, and the other things that we set up, we know and we try to attract what we need to get rid of, right?
Sure,
So
sure.
we have hyperpigmentation that lives in the deeper layer, the more superficial layer.
Yeah.
So according to our settings, we can tackle those things.
Right.
When I'm doing an assessment on a patient's face, obviously everybody's going to have some level of superficial and deep damage. We also have a light setting that is attracted to the redness in the skin. For you, Megan, I know that you're a runner.
Yeah, I'm always
And
outside.
so it's always
Although
been
I
challenging.
use sunscreen,
Yes.
but and I
Yes.
I mean, to be honest, I've been in the mornings, I'll run outside while it's still cloud. And then all my afternoon runs are inside.
Yeah.
Ever since you yelled at me, I was like, I'm not going out there. It's not worth it. Like, I want to keep this face covered. And we went to the Bengals games this weekend. David was like, this is so embarrassing. I took like the Shiseido 75 mineral sunscreen. The mineral sunscreen, you know, it's like white. And I kept reapplying that. I look like Casper the Ghost. He was like, what do you do? I'm like, I cannot let light see my face right
But,
now.
people don't think about the light that's not from the sun. Like
Right.
you're getting light from your phone, your computer, and
Yeah.
you're exposed to all types of different lights that
UV
break down
rays,
collagen,
yeah.
cause chaos in the extracellular matrix.
Right.
And, going back to the conference, one of the biggest takeaways that I got is that there's so many different modalities. There's so many different opportunities to rejuvenate the skin. And we know now that we can actually send messengers on a mRNA, DNA level to really repair the skin, right?
Yeah.
And you just have to go to the right practitioner that understands that process.
What they're doing, yeah.
And really put in a plan of care that takes a natural regenerative approach. But there's also going to be times where you still need your fillers. And you
For sure.
Yes.
Yeah, you need all the things.
And we did a little bit of filler on
Oh
you,
my
which
God,
I
so
thought you were definitely going to give me a resistance.
No, so she did chin filler. Again, I was like, I trust you. So we did chin filler, which I've never had chin filler. The only place I've never had filler in my cheeks. So we've done it in my lips, obviously. Now we did my chin. And I am obsessed. I'm like, where has this been my whole life? And again, it's such a subtle change. It's not like I went from pre-breast augmentation to post, right? You're like flat chested to like, Pam Anderson back in the day. It's such a subtle change, but like the symmetry, the fullness of my face and like just everything after you get past the, like, I look like a chipmunk for like a couple of days, but I sent her a video. I was like, my face has never looked so good. I'm like, chin filler is amazing. Yeah.
Well, so here's the thing, like we didn't necessarily like put chin filler to create change.
It's true. You were mostly like in my mandible, right?
Well, what happens is you got to understand the aging process.
Sure.
In your 20s, we know you age a certain way. Across the board, there's a little variation based on lifestyle and race and those things.
Sure.
But for the most part, we understand what happens in your, when you're in your 20s, your 30s, 40s, 50s. So as you approach your 30s and 40s, you lose fat pads and you create adhesions underneath the skin that really on that chin area, which people say that their chin is starting to look like an orange peel. Yeah. it's dimpling because you have those adhesions, you have loss of collagen and fat pads. So what I like to do is I like to release those adhesions, and I like to slowly just.
Let's talk about releasing adhesion.
Did you jump through the roof?
I tried to behave. You did put some lidocaine in
I
that.
did.
When she was breaking through those adhesions, especially on my left side, I was like, you can like feel, like the cannula penetrating. And I was like, okay, just breathe. This is going to be worth it. Because then when I can feel it, I'm like, okay, that is a problem. Like that tissue is not obviously very lubricated, right? It's not fluid. And hyaluronic acid is going to get in there and do its thing, but it's not pleasant.
Here's the thing. All fillers are not created the same.
Sure.
It's like walking in a 7-Eleven and having so many options to choose from.
Right.
A smart provider will understand the rheology and what it's used for. We put it in different planes. It's made of different things, and it's compatible for certain people. And so with you, I wanted a beautiful softness. I wanted flexibility in the area. So I chose something that was appropriate for you.
No, it's
I
wonderful.
wasn't trying to create a new shape for you.
Right.
I used the thing that was the most appropriate to give you just a little bit of restoration and hydration to the area. And so, I know that there's this, crazy thing that's happening in social media where people are so afraid of filler. I love filler. I have like 10 syringes of filler in my
I think
face.
it's great when it's just like, I mean, the same thing with GLP-1s, all this stuff. People are like, oh, they're the devil. And I'm like, no, when used appropriately, in the right context, at the right dose, at the right frequency, they're an amazing tool to help you live longer. Same thing with aesthetics. Like when done appropriately, right, by the right provider, in the right area, right dose, like all the things they teach us, right, the 5 R's of medication safety, they can be amazing. And I'm so glad we did it. Like
You look amazing, and I love it.
No, you're great. Tell me about the conference. I totally hijacked that.
Conference is okay. So
we went to Dallas, right?
The whole team went. Which is like, first of all, kudos to my partner Brooke, because she's been dreaming this from day one. She's like, I can't wait till our whole team can go to a conference together. I mean, we're talking about a team of 8.
Yeah.
So everybody got the opportunity to go to different events.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Michael's trying to get us drunk on air. We're not going to be able to talk.
Thank
All
God
right.
we got it.
All right. So time out. So what are we taste testing now? That looks beautiful.
Ice baby martini.
Ice baby.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that.
Huh?
I don't like vodka. Okay.
You can't sit with
us.
Mean girl. Oh, you can't
Girls.
sit with us. Love
Were you
it.
a mean girl in high school?
Oh, I was the nicest.
I know I was too.
I was so nice. I was a cheerleader, but I wasn't like a
You were a
snotty.
cheerleader? Oh, we told this story.
Thank
Michael,
you.
did you like cheerleaders
Were
in
you
high
nice
school?
in high school, Michael? Okay. I
So
believe
my
you.
father didn't let me, I told you this, he wouldn't let me be a cheerleader. So I went to an all-girls school, but let's be clear, just to start, because my father's very Hispanic and strict. And he said that it was degrading to women to cheer for men. So I wasn't allowed to be a cheerleader. And I was so sad.
So what did you do? You played soccer, right?
Of course. Yeah. And ran. That's what I did.
So
I ran.
here's the thing. My dad wanted me to play soccer, and I didn't want bruises on my fucking legs. And I'm like, I'm not going to play fucking soccer. Are you kidding me? And so everybody in my family played soccer except for me. I was a cheerleader.
That's good for you.
Okay,
I want to try this. Hold on. Let's try this.
We'll let you guys know.
That's so good.
God, are we going to be in trouble?
That is so good. Okay, so we just tried an espresso martini with rum, and it is amazing. So good. All right, let's talk for a minute, then we'll try the You Can't Sit With Us Mean Girls. So Dallas, great.
Great. Whole team went. Everybody got to go off and kind of explore what their kind of areas of interest and passion was. And, I will say that I'm just, I've been in this business for almost a decade. And, for me personally, every single, for the last few years, I've invested a lot of money into my own education. And I really I don't know how to say it more than while these experts and these people that I follow, even internationally, Megan, I felt like I was in the conversation because I felt so.
Because you're so smart.
I mean, not only
You are
the
so
things
smartsy.
that is coming to the forefront of aesthetics, I'm already doing and
Yeah, you're like, girl, I got exosomes. What's going on?
There's some things that are happening in the aesthetic business where people are kind of having some differences in how we approach things. We're talking about, even though aesthetics is medicine, it's still medicine. We still have to respect the process of how products come. We talked about how toxin, there's 30 plus years of clinical research. We're talking about post surveillance and things that
Yeah.
we utilize to help with complications. And there's new things on the market that's not necessarily going through what we generally would go through when we're thinking about,
FDA
bringing it
approved.
to safety of
Yeah.
thinking about patients. But things, it's just
That are effective.
the things are effective. But as a clinician, for me, I take a more conservative approach. I
Which is
want the
good.
research, I want the post surveillance, I want clinical outcomes. I want to be able to, hey, let's be real, lawsuit, go to a lawsuit, get called to court. Why are you doing this? Well, because I saw that my favorite Instagram
The
injector is
influencer.
doing it,
Yeah.
influencer. No, ma'am.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You
Never
know,
gonna survive.
and that's what I respect about you. Every time I refer somebody out to you, Megan, I'm like, listen, she's brilliant. She understands the research.
I also don't want to get sued too, so I'm right there with you.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's times when we have to turn people away
Oh,
and
for
and,
sure.
and say, we don't do it here. This is why.
All the
I
time.
respect your decision. These are the facts. This is where we're at. It's not to say we won't grow into this.
Yeah, or say this is just a limitation.
This is where we're at right now.
a limitation.
Right? So
Yeah.
I always tell my patients,
Yeah.
but guess what? I walked right into, I was able to go to the Reds Health Fair event.
Tell me about that.
Much fun. So, the Reds is an incredible organization that supports health and wellness for their employees. And we had like 150 people come out. Hue Aesthetics was very fortunate to be asked to be part of that. And so I met a lot of fun
That's
characters,
exciting.
including Rosie. That was my girl.
Okay.
Rosie. And then the very next day, I did a private discussion panel for the ladies of the Reds organization as well.
That's exciting.
Yeah. And this weekend,
Crushing it.
yeah. So this weekend, I'm also sitting in a women's health seminar with Dr. Susan Oakley.
Oh my God. Is
Yeah,
this weekend
it's
the
Saturday.
20th? Oh
Yes.
my God. The time has flown. That's exciting. So tell us about the event. So Dr. Susan Oakley, board certified,
Certified
GYN,
triple,
but also the biggest twang you have ever heard in your entire life. So here in Cincinnati, talking about the 3 holes.
holes and
Everything else.
There's other experts off the top of my head. I can't recall them all. I'm
Okay.
sorry. We've had like 3-4 drinks
No,
here.
it's okay.
But this weekend, this Saturday from 8 to 12, Hotel Covington, we are going to discuss all things perimenopausal. Sorry, I'm getting stuffy.
okay.
Menopause, postmenopause. Any questions that you have, there are still available seats.
Oh,
We
it's
have prizes, we
exciting.
have gifts. I mean, this is like all-star, jam-packed, top experts.
I
in the
love
region.
it. I'm so proud of
And
you.
today, well, I don't know if I can disclose something, but we're going to be doing something for the community of young ladies in the area. Hugh is going to partner.
Ooh,
and
that's
do some
exciting.
education as well.
Oh, I'm excited. We'll get the deets off air.
Yes, I love it. I
Oh,
just
cool.
feel like what a good.
I know. What a great vibe. Okay, we'll try this. Then we'll close it out. What are we trying? Oh, well, you can't sit with us.
Yeah, you can't. No, you can't sip.
You
Right?
can't sit with us. So tell me before we close out, when you think of like 90s, early 2000s, so one favorite outfit or hairstyle, I'll give you one of those. Favorite song, favorite movie.
Well, I felt like my sisters were. Oh my gosh.
The espresso martini is definitely my favorite. It's so good. I know. Michael's trying to get a shalashti.
So let's see. Favorite movie was probably, was that like Karate Kid? Okay, I was obsessed with him.
Yeah. Wax on.
Wax on.
They're making
Wax
a new
on.
one.
Really?
It's a remake of the original.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Karate Kid, because in my mind, like
You were the karate girl.
I was her, but not only that, I always want the underdog to win.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that. Okay. Favorite.
Then,
Oh my God.
okay,
Yeah.
listen. Although we've come till the end of the road, right? Okay, so
But I can't let go. I
It's so natural. You belong
to me.
I
I can
belong.
see them in all their white. Yeah, like the fans
And the-
blowing.
The guy came in
Yeah.
with the bass voice. Girl, you know I love you.
Okay. And then outfit or hairstyle.
influenced by my sisters, but definitely when Vanilla Ice came with the or MC Hammer with those pants.
Big pants.
Yes, I love that.
Okay.
Yes,
I like it.
And what else was it?
No, I think that was it.
Yeah. So what about you?
All right. Oh my God. So let's start with music. One, I was obsessed with Aaliyah. Do you remember Aaliyah? She died on a boat. Which is
a boat and
yeah.
an airplane.
No, I think it was a boat.
No,
Maybe it was an airplane. Was it an airplane? Maybe
She
it was
died.
Yeah.
Wait, let me see. Where's Michael? We don't know.
Aaliyah was
Aaliyah.
my
If you guys
jam.
know, do you guys know how Aaliyah died? Let us know.
Let us know.
She says like a boat, but I think she
Could have
died
been
in
a plane.
crash.
So Aaliyah, obsessed
She's
with her.
so beautiful. by
So
the way.
beautiful. I know. R.I.P. Movie, which to this day is still my favorite movie, came out in that genre though, was Remember the Titans. That's with that movie. You're gonna make fun of me.
I never.
So my other song that I was obsessed with was Regulators. Do you remember that?
Oh my God. Regulators. It was a clear black
That guy,
night.
a clear white moon. Okay, Warren G
You
was
were
on
allowed
the
to
street.
listen to that, or were you sneaking?
It was probably sneaky. Music, my father. So really, outside of boys, I didn't have a lot of rules. Like I didn't really have a curfew. My parents introduced, because again we're Hispanic. I had my first glass of champagne at New Year's when I was like 9, maybe even 8. So the only thing my dad was a psycho about was boys. I will say also like how we looked and dressed. So I wore a uniform, so that was easy. So it was uniform all the time. Couldn't dye my hair, couldn't paint my nails, couldn't do anything. Like,
Do you have curly hair naturally?
when I was younger, I have like wavy hair now.
So did you have did you wear your hair curly?
Yeah.
In the 90s?
In the 90s, yeah.
What type of hairspray did you use?
Oh yeah, for sure. Like Wet and Wild, probably. Do you remember that? I think it still exists, but I did, and I made it like cement. Yeah, it was great. So style again, I didn't have a lot because I was playing soccer, wearing a uniform. I remember for sure wearing like the baggy jeans with like a tight tank top. Like that was my look. Yeah, that's what I remember the most from the 90s. All right.
Wow. So I can't wait to listen to some music.
I
finish
know.
our drinks,
I know.
and you guys have to come check out this bar.
Check
It
out
is
Tout It. Check out Michael
We'll be shooting
Mercer.
again.
Yeah, we'll be here all the time. We're gonna be regulars in this little corner. I know. Eventually, Michael's gonna be like, "Hey, we talk about boundaries. You can't just keep coming here." No, I appreciate you.
Thank you guys for joining us.
Share, and subscribe. You can find Chacha at Injector NP Sharia.
NP Cha-Cha.
NP Chacha. Get that wrong.
Cha-Cha. No, wait. Injector Cha-Cha _ NP. Sorry.
Injector Chacha _ NP. I'll link it in the show notes. I always do. I'm at Megan Del Corral at Beyond the White Coat Podcast. This is at Doubt It Bar. And Michael is, I think it's at Mercer. I don't remember.
We are out.